Controversy tonight over the law that Governor Stitt signed protecting drivers trying to escape a riot on the road.
Now the word riot is key. It's a distinction some Republican lawmakers say shows the protest is not peaceful.
Now the idea for the law was born in the wake of countless demonstrations over the past year, including one here in Tulsa, where a frightened driver drove a truck through a crowd of protesters.
NewsChannel 8's Lily Cummings is live with what people for and against this bill are saying. Lily?
Well, Mark and Neely, you'll remember that protest was last May following the murder of George Floyd. Right behind me here on the IDL as a group of folks blocked traffic for about half an hour. By now, you've probably seen the video of the infamous red truck and trailer driving through a crowd of protesters in Tulsa. We caught the moment live as people began running. One man, Ryan Knight, falling 20 feet off of the bridge, is now paralyzed. Others were injured. Mario Johnson is the founder and director of Black Lives Matter Tulsa. He says they didn't plan the rally. In fact, he says he wasn't even there.
But still, I don't believe running over protesters, regardless of what kind of protest, is justifiable.
Johnson says charges against the driver should have been pressed, but the DA didn't file any after gathering evidence that shows people were trying to break windows and threw items at the truck and trailer, saying the protesters should not have been on the highway.
So a lot of folks are saying, hey, this takes away our First Amendment right, but it doesn't. What it does is actually strengthens the riot language.
Now Representative Kevin McDougal says he's happy the legislation he co-authored that would allow drivers like the red truck to not be held liable in criminal or civil court is law.
There were two kids scared for their life in the back seat that were hunkered down and crying, thinking that they might lose their lives that day.
Oklahoma isn't the only state passing legislation of this kind. Johnson says he didn't think it would become law, and he feels this could lead to more violence if people feel the need to protect themselves. But to the people who say they shouldn't have been on the highway.
If some consider that wrong because it was on the highway, we have to take in consideration that two wrongs don't make a right.
The other Republican lawmakers who have what some are calling anti-protest and others are calling anti-riot legislation are from Florida, Indiana, Iowa, and Minnesota. Live in downtown Tulsa, Lily Cummings, News Channel 8.